here's JJ. Hi, I'm Justine, also known as Joyce. That's why I'm JJ. Now, which am I? I don't know. I keep changing and nobody says anything about it. I'm looking for somebody to clap. Can you clap for me? Oh, thank you. We have a crowd here tonight, but they're all very tired, they told me. Can you imagine being tired with this beautiful weather? Well, anyway, I have someone that is not tired, and he's cute. But he's for me. I got him. Look, I wore my ring tonight, just to show you. Oh, look at that ring. It's real. I haven't had a boyfriend that give me a real ring like that. Oh well. Anyway, I deserve it. I know him a few years now. So, love is in the air, da da da, everywhere. And now, you're waiting so patiently for, where's Harry? Everybody said, where's Harry?
Where's Harry?
Hey, Harry, come on up here. Harry, Harrietha.
Hello, folks.
You got something good for us tonight?
Yeah, I have 3 poems for you guys.
Homemade.
Yeah, all of them.
Go for
Always,
it. Go
thank
for
you.
it. I'm going to take a break.
Hello, I've got 3 poems for you. This one's called Springtime. Lately, I've been going swimming. I'm doing it for physical therapy. It seems to be healthy and trimming. I'm going to stick with it, build my strength, and start grinning. I need to be more fit to do movies. You have to be on top of your game. Then you get picked up, how groovy. I'd be in a sequel. I'd play Howdy Doody. Who cares what role you may have to duly stretch for? I'd be impressed to see you truly nail that role, make a name for yourself, chalk up the victory, and place it on the shelf.
All right. What about the Howdy Doody line?
What about
That's
it?
one of my favorite characters.
Okay.
Did you like Howdy Doody?
I don't remember that.
The Howdy Doody puppet? He had freckles on his face.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
And he sits together and he had, I forget, Clarabelle with him or something.
No, I don't remember
Well,
it.
anyway, Howdy Doody was very popular when I was a kid.
This one's called Writing. I decided to write something today, even though I have nothing to say. I won't make it a habit though, okay? I'll keep my messages subtle as my mainstay. Beating folks over the head to make a point is a bad way. It needs to be fun. Then you can lure your loved one.
Yeah.
Then you can establish a style loved by everyone.
Oh, yeah.
I love it already. My
Me
support
too.
will be steady. You don't have to see the boat if the boat will float if you have a tried and true goat. That's the greatest of all time.
How does a goat go in a boat?
The boat always floats. You don't have to worry about it.
Yo.
This one's called Reset.
What?
Reset.
Reset.
Like reprogramming things.
Is that what you're going to do now? You're going to reprogram yourself?
Yeah, I'm resetting things as I go along.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Today is a good day to start your reset. Plan things carefully so you have no regret. Starting over is a great way to excel. With your new insight, you can avoid hell.
Oh.
Start with your goals in mind to tell if you're on the right track. Using milestones are good as well. Things will unfold like the blossoming of a flower. The true beauty of your plan will tower. You will leave your mark in that hour. People are known by the nature of their wake. These folks leave much more than they take. They tend to be great folks, for heaven's sakes.
Oh, thank you, we're great, yay!
Thank you, Jenny.
Wow, that's
been a pleasure, folks.
pretty good, it's pretty good. You should do what the taxi cab driver told me in New York. When I asked him hey, I'm lost, where's Carnegie Hall? And he said,
how do you get there?
no, he said, I asked him, and he said, practice. All right, very good, you're a good sport.
Thank you.
Hey. Well, the good news for the day is the fact that we got our astronauts back. And the first lady that got off, she had been there only 287 days. Isn't that something? How did she survive 287 days? Well, thanks to the present administration, has a good friend, and his name is, everyone likes him, Elon Musk. Oh, I know, don't all get too excited. You're jealous because he's a rich man. Well, he was born with brains, and he kept inventing things, so give the guy a break. I mean, we have to have those kind of people in the world to advance ourselves. So what did he do? He said, don't worry, I have a starship. Starship? Oh, he's going to be a movie star because that was, what was it? The famous ship?
The Enterprise.
The Enterprise, remember them? Those guys? Well, no, he said, no, it's okay. It's my little piece of a spacecraft. Okay, that's a better word, right? Okay. Anyway, that's a great thing. Now we only have about 12 more astronauts to get back home. I mean, after all, they were promised to be there for a week, and now they're almost there for 52 weeks. Almost. But they say almost doesn't count, but listen, these are little kids out there that want to be astronauts, right? So I think it's great that this guy is working to help America. All of you, Americans, kids, he carries his 3-year-old on his shoulders all around. He's very proud, and he's going to help those kids. Don't you get it? Come on, be kind and loving and nice, because when you are, you're going to get it back. I know that. It's easier to be nice, and even if someone doesn't like you, you get good results. Right, Harry? Yeah, he thinks I'm telling the truth. Anyway, the other good thing is, how many million people do you think are in the USA? How many?
330.
At least 330 million, right? Okay, so people are worried that this new administration is going to get rid of Social Security and Medicare and all those other little benefits that they get, if they deserve them, right? Like, I mean, if you're lower income, you get some food stamps, right? Don't worry like that. You're worrying because the other side wants you to worry. Isn't that a shame? Again, I tell you, it's fake news. I've heard that word before, fake news. Anyway, it doesn't matter because it's not true. Do you know what the average people of seniors earned? The average earning of the seniors today in America is $13,000 in retirement or $23,000. So they predict, the economists predict that in 2033 they heard this fake news guy saying, hey, we're not going to have it anymore because look at the economy and everything is blah, or we can dead up to our, throats. So don't worry. We got the best man right now that's taking care of it. There's nothing like a millionaire that loves America and loves the people in it. And he feels it's a melting pot. You mix it up and everything gets better. Just like chocolate milk in a I like chocolate milk. He's laughing at me. Well, malt or whatever you want it, flavor. It doesn't matter what you look like. It matters the person that's inside of you, right? We're gonna get everything that we had before. So don't worry, just pray and be grateful. Because we're lucky. We're lucky, guys. Everything's gonna work out, right, Harry?
Amen.
Amen. So, anyways, that's my good news for today. And I'm sure you heard it in the news, but a lot of people still have a grudge, or they're carrying a load on their back. I don't know, but I wish I could make everybody smile. They used to have in the old days, smile, even though you're aching, smile. What's the use of crying if there's a cloud in the sky? You'll get by, just smile. Doo-doo-doo. You know that song. It's an oldie. My mother taught me that song. I think it was one of her songs from those days. And you know what? You can learn a lot from seniors. I lost a good friend on February 18th last month. Gene Hackman died in his own home. And we still don't know what happened. Him and his wife, Betsy, she was from Hawaii. She also died.
Oh, you know why?
And they said that she died a week before him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there were lots of pills, so she had some condition going on. I don't care to know what it was. I just think it's sad because he worked so hard his whole life, 95 years, and he was my friend. Why he was my friend? Well, back then in 1972, they were making a film in front of my apartment house in Ridgewood, Queens, borderline of Brooklyn. That's right. Sometimes I clear up the Brooklyn accent, but in this case, I don't have to. So my mother says, go down there, they're making a film, you're ready, you've been taking classes in New York City, and now's the time. So I went to this man that was a stunt guy, dragging these cars and smashing them. We had an elevated train. It's called the Myrtle Avenue L. And it was right outside, a half a block away, and I could see the whole thing. So I went up to him during a break, offered him my mom's coffee, and I told him, I've been acting already since I'm 16, and now I'm 21, so could you help me? I'd love to be in this movie, if I could do something. Acting is doing, that's what they tell us. He said, okay, I think you're right. I can see it. You've got it. You've got it in your heart, you got it in your soul, you're telling me? I said, yeah. He was such a nice guy. We had a nice cup of coffee together. He said, okay, get your mother, run down to Screen Actors Guild. So I did that the next day. And I came back and I got a new friend. I joined the Screen Actors Guild. I was already in AFTRA in those days. That's the American Federation of Television. I was doing commercials a little bit, even though I wanted to act, not do commercials and sell things. So, anyway, I put some notes down here from what I really want to say. He was one of the greatest actors of his generation. He started out in New York doing Broadway. Oh, I forgot to tell you, in case you didn't know, he was born in California, in San Bernardino, and then his family, mother and father, moved to Denver, Colorado, and that's where he grew up. And then he said, oh, well, I really would like to try this thing, acting. But then he said, no, I gotta go. I gotta be a Marine. And he joined the Marines back then. I don't remember what year that was. He didn't talk to me too much about it. You know how the Marines are. They've been through a lot. We love them, but anyway. So he started out on Broadway doing comedy. He was doing an open mic at first, and then somebody saw him, and then he got into a Broadway show. I think he said he was the delivery guy, and he had to yell up the stairs, and that was his one line. And then from there, he got other shows and did a lot of things. And then in 1967, going back, going back, I was telling you about French Connection, which was 71, and I was SAG by 72. So I hung out with Gene Hackman. He wasn't just a stunt man, he was the star. So what a way to break into the movie business, is to get in a movie that's going to be an Oscar winner. I think it had eight nominations. It's pretty good, huh? And he was a friend, and he helped me out. I said, well, I'm going to California. So he said, okay, I'll set you up with a screen test. He did. I took my mother with me. I was only 21. I was new at this. But it didn't work out because this guy, the casting director or the producer that I met, he said, oh, how about going out with me? And I said, well, I don't go out with men right now. I'm focusing on my career. Well, no. And then he went on and on. I said, I don't give anything away. Okay? So, sorry, I'm out of here. And I walked out. I don't want to give any names or anything like that, or which big studio it was, but I did walk out. So that's the way it goes. My mom taught me, be in love first. Don't just give things away. So, I want to just tell you, in 1992, he was on Broadway again. And I heard about it. So, I was just graduating from Cal State Northridge University, and I had gotten a scholarship. I was going to make a film. I won $5,000 for writing My Childlike Mother about Alzheimer's disease. So I said, I'm going to ask Gene, maybe he could be in the movie. And I went to see him on Broadway. It was the Brooke Atkinson Theater. I forget the street, but that's one of the oldest, larger theaters. And guess who he was playing? This lead, a really heavy guy. Heavy meaning he was somebody, I don't know, somebody fighting or something to do with fighting. Death and the Maiden. Death and the Maiden, 1992, by Ariel Dorfman. He wrote the play. And guess who was in it? One of my favorite, Glenn Close and Richard Dreyfuss. So I went to buy a ticket. I went to the box office, and I know to go backstage. So, because I did a little off Broadway myself. sent my business card in there, and the guy says, okay, hang on a little bit. We'll see you in, can you come back tomorrow for the matinee? And I said, yeah, that's fine. He said, Gene Hackman says he'll meet you after the show. So I did, went to see his Craig. Well, wonderful play, very dynamic and very, nothing to do with drug dealing or something, and something wild. You'll have to read the play. Anyway, I got on stage, and I was escorted back to his dressing room. I got on stage, and he took me by the hand. He's a big, real big, tall guy, and he said, well, what did you think? And I said, Gene, you haven't lost it yet. Oh, you're still a star. They all loved you. And he picked me up and spun me around, and like, you know, having fun on the stage. It was incredible. And then he kissed me. Oh, and it was so sweet, you know. He was such a nice guy. We were not boyfriend or girlfriend. We were just good friends. And he knew I was a good sport when it came to acting, that I really wanted to do it. So then he went on to do other things, and well, what can I say?
Besides kiss pretty girls?
Yeah. He was a ladies' man. He was well liked. He knew how to give compliments and be nice. And he gave me advice. He said, okay, if you want your little documentary you're going to make, I will do the narrative for you. He said, because I met your mom, and she was lovely. And to make a long story short, time went by, and I really didn't want to bother the man anymore, and I knew that he was gonna see somebody from Hawaii. And that's the lady that he married shortly after that.
30 years.
It was 30 years. She was from Hawaii, and it was just very sweet, a classical piano player.
That was Richie.
It's sad to me that they had to go that way, but at least they weren't in pain or anything. And he became an Alzheimer's victim. That breaks my heart. My mother had that disease for almost 18 years. And he was going to be the one in the story to tell my story about losing my mother for 3 days and 3 nights in the streets of Brooklyn. But I didn't follow through soon enough, and he got busy with movies, and I was getting a film degree, and I went ahead and made a short, which is on YouTube, by the way, an introduction. I'm rewriting it now, so I have somebody else in mind. I'm looking for either Al Pacino, because I worked with him in Serpico, or maybe Mel Brooks, because he's such a good sport, good guy, makes wonderful films. So whatever, if you have any suggestions and you'd like to participate in a story where we searched the streets of Brooklyn and looking for this lady that was charming and lovely, and it would be awareness for Alzheimer's, okay, for that cause. And it's just ironic that he wound up having that disease. That's a sad part.
My mom had it.
Yeah, I see Harry's mother too, and so many more and more and more. But I just want to send up a prayer to Gene. God bless you in heaven, Lord. Bless Gene Hackman, because he was a real dedicated man to acting, to making people smile, to make them laugh. He loved the art of film and stage, and he got to do it. So, and he helped me get into the union and make some connections. So I'll never forget him for that. So thank you, Gene. God bless you. I'm sorry I didn't get to see you sooner. But soon enough, I got a lot to do. I got to make up for a lot of lost time. So that's what I feel, and I'm very grateful. I give thanks every day to the Lord. And, oh, he did win 2 Oscars, by the way. I was looking online, and they only mentioned that he won in French Connection, but he won a 2nd Oscar in 1991 for Unforgiven.
Oh, yeah.
And you and I went to the screening of that at the Directors Guild, which I get to do once in a while. And Clint Eastwood, who I knew from the Tail of the Cock restaurant where I served drinks and sang songs back in those days. And it was Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, and Morgan Freeman. Oh, they were great. So that was this other Oscar that he won.
The Balance Cast.
Yeah, yeah. And much more, and many things. You can look him up if you're interested. And he said one thing that I know as an actor. He told me, put different feathers in your hat. In other words, don't rely just on one project and one liners. He said, shoot for the stars, but have several projects going. And I believe his son was a director, Christopher. I don't have their names down here. However, he always said, how am I like this character? Quote, do I like this character or not? Unquote. So that's a little bit of method acting.
And how am I different?
Yeah, and being in the moment and being a natural that he was. He just loved people and he loved the arts. So there you go. If anybody's interested in studying the Meisner technique, being in the moment, it's something I had the pleasure of learning through Sandy Meisner himself. So if you're interested, look me up. I'm Justine Visone, and I do classes, small classes right now, very reasonable because of the inflation and because I want to give back to these young people. Give somebody an opportunity. Of course, I'm not a star, but I was a supporting player. And I'm not done yet. I'm still looking for. So thanks to Jimmy Lou making this video, and thank you, YouTube, the young lady that owns YouTube. Thank you very much. God bless you for all you're doing for many people. And it's a free journey, and it's really great. So good night. We'll see you soon next time. Bye-bye.